Everybody, I got to tell you, today we really do have something interesting. We've been talking about doing real estate for a while, and now we're here. And Steve, we're going to talk about things like bird dogs and other things.
Yep, home inspectioners and all
home inspectioners.
15 different ways to make money in real estate.
Amen, people. This is being a good one. Hang around for a minute. You're in the Steve and Steve Show. Hey, well, hello, Steve. How are you doing?
Good, Steve. How are you?
I'm doing very well. It's burning up hot here in Lima, Peru again. And I still don't have a great internet connection. So I apologize in advance to you and to everybody else that maybe this isn't the clearest. But welcome, everybody, to the Steve and Steve Show. I'm Steve Wastenberg.
And I'm Steve Walsh.
And we're sure happy that you're all here. Got a great show today. Of course, we got to ask you, please, to subscribe. We ask you every time. Tell your friends and family about it, because if you don't, you're going to miss everything.
That's right.
And it's a lot.
That's right. That's right.
Hey, I know we got something to talk about, but I have something here. I have a drink this time. This is called Pilsen Callao. It's a beer in Peru.
And it's Pilsen?
Pilsen Callao. It's really kind of water.
So it's a lager.
It's still
type?
pretty tasty. It's kind of a lager. It's a Pilsner. It's a Pilsner.
Okay. Well,
cheers.
I got my iced tea or tea.
Oh, that isn't straight rum. I thought that might be straight rum.
Yep. I've drank a lot of it.
It's burning up hot here, so I have to have a beer. Steve, we've been saying for I don't know how many times that, hey, we got to talk about your expertise, and which of course is among many things real estate. And so today we're going to talk about real estate.
Yep. And I'm prepared.
Excellent. It's always good to be prepared. You must have been an Eagle Scout or something.
Something like that.
All right.
So I have 15 ways.
15. So folks, this is going to be a 6-hour video.
Well, some of them are obvious, so we're not going to
quick ways.
Yeah, we're not going to go
quick ways.
Yeah. So 15 ways of making money in real estate. And there
Nice.
Probably is more. So I'm just going to encourage anybody, if I miss one or you think of one that would be that should be on the list, put it in the comments and we'll add it for next time. Maybe next time we'll do 21 ways.
Sounds good. Well, what's the first one?
Well, the first one is going to be the obvious, and that's if you have a license, so sales agent or a broker.
Okay.
Right. So they help other people buy and sell, and so they make a commission. So
and typically that's what they're getting. They're getting a commission on the sale. And I also have been involved in real estate for a long time from the standpoint of technology. So I know that commission is anywhere from 3 to 6%.
Mm-hmm. Well, 7 in some cases, 7 or 8%, depending on.
Yeah, I mean, on the residential side, if they're getting 7 or 8%, they're ripping somebody off. But
yeah,
that happens. Yeah,
I think that in California they do that.
Yeah, and of course that's a split typically, so it's split between
they don't. The agent
the buy and the sell side.
The agent usually doesn't get that full amount. So
okay, all right.
Mortgage broker.
Mortgage broker. Okay.
Yep. So they're obviously a salesperson as well, so they're going to get commission on the mortgage.
On putting together that loan for it.
Right.
Okay. Great.
Yep. A property manager. So someone who manages rental properties for other people, and their fee is the property management fee, and that could be from 6% to 12-13%, depending on the property
of the rent, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And then they'll get something up front as well, like the first month's rent.
Yep. And there's as a property manager, there's multiple ways for them to make money as well, right? So they typically they get someone to go out there and fix a broken window, right? It might cost them $50 to have somebody go out there and fix the broken window, but they might charge you $100 to go do that.
Got it. Okay.
So there's multiple ways that property managers can
affiliate kind of stuff,
Yep.
almost the
Yep.
partnership stuff.
Right.
So those
Or if they
first
have
two
their
though,
own,
you said
if they have their
first two that-
own maintenance department.
right.
Right.
Okay.
So
The first, the real estate agent and the mortgage broker, those two folks need licenses, correct? They need to.
Yeah. Well, actually, all three do. The agent,
property manager,
mortgage broker, and a property manager do. Now, if you manage your own properties, you don't need a license. But if you're managing someone else's properties, you need a license.
Great. Okay. Good deal.
At least in the states that I've done business.
Okay.
The rule.
All right.
Maybe up in North Dakota or something might be a little bit different.
Hey, we like North Dakota. Boy, that governor up there, she's really doing a killer job.
The governor in North Dakota is male. Doug Burgum.
Oh, whoops. I'm thinking of South Dakota. Sorry.
You're thinking South Dakota.
Governor Nome.
Yeah. So
we might date ourselves because somebody could be watching this in 2035.
Yeah.
And not who know. Well, maybe she was president at that time.
The cool thing about the governor of North Dakota is he was the creator of well, I don't know if he created the exact, but definitely grew it up as the Great Plains software, which eventually got purchased by Microsoft. So.
Well, wow. What do you know?
Yeah, and I actually have an award from him from the big stage where I stood up there and he introduced me and shook hands and all that. So.
Steve knows the governor of North Dakota, so if anybody needs, some snow,
I am friends with him on Facebook.
There you go. Small world.
Not that I don't think he would remember, but all the people he's met over the years. So, all right, now we're going to get into more of the investing side.
Okay.
So the first three were typical. People have heard about them. They understand those. They run into them. So the first one is a bird dog. And a bird dog is somebody that passes an address to a more of an investor. So the bird dog could be like your mail carrier.
Okay.
Or a delivery person, and what they do is they just pay attention to the neighborhoods, and so they might see like the grass is growing, the vacant property, or there's a property that needs repair, maybe a car went through the garage or something like that, So what they'll do is they'll pass the address to an investor. And the investor will go and do the door knocking and negotiating. If it gets under contract and that investor makes money, then they kick a little bit back to the bird dog.
That's very interesting, Steve. So are there places where somebody who's interested in being a bird dog, where they can kind of like sign up? Are there?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Because I'm thinking about right now in our world where a lot of the younger people are doing things like, Lyft and Uber and Grubhub and especially the things like Grubhub and DoorDash, where they're delivering food. They are also going to be running into, for that matter, pizza delivery, anybody like that.
Yep.
And these young people may not even be thinking about the possibility of something like a bird dog. So that'd be good if you've got some resource. That'd be really cool to put down in the.
Yeah, I don't have any. I don't think I have any that are looking right now. That usually can find them at the investor clubs. They'll tell you, hey, okay, I'm looking for some bird dogs, or you might go to their websites and find some investment clubs. You can talk to investors and say, hey, if I bring property and you're able to make money off it, would you kick me back something? And a lot of them will be, yeah, absolutely. If you bring, because it's not going to cost them anything for you to give them an address, they go check it out. It doesn't look like a real deal, right? But if it becomes a good deal, they're going to kick it back because they want you out there looking for more.
Well, and if you're on this channel and you're thinking, wow, I do drive a lot and you really need some connect, ping us, just send us an email. We'll get you connected.
Yeah, especially if you're in Colorado.
Yeah. If you're in Peru, different story.
All right. So the wholesaler. So this would be someone that a bird dog would work with. Okay, so
Okay.
wholesaler is going to be the guy that goes and does the door knocking, finds the property that's nobody wants. It's going to be an ugly house, or it's going to be something that needs lots of repairs. The difference between an agent and a wholesaler is the wholesaler is going to actually make the contract with the seller, with the owner,
Okay.
right? So the agent is going to represent the owner and sell it for them, where the wholesaler is actually going to get under contract so he can take control.
Okay.
Okay.
So if there is a wholesaler, she goes out, writes up a contract, gets a purchase agreement, and has no intention of ever buying the property.
Hmm.
She's simply going to sell that contract to somebody else. Is that
Yeah.
the way a
Yep.
wholesaler works? Okay.
Yep. And it'll be the contract, right? And there's multiple ways of doing that. Um,
So
sometimes,
interesting.
yeah, sometimes they'll create a company entity, a legal entity, and that legal entity will actually be the purchasing entity, and then they sell the entity,
Okay.
right? So there's different ways of doing it so
Right.
that it's legit on how you can close. So once someone has the contract, the property under contract, um, before that contract expires, they'll turn around and sell that contract to a flip and fixer or fixer type person.
Okay.
And that's
And
the guy,
the reason they can do that is they kind of got the scoop on it when
right?
they got this thing under contract at a certain price, and it's a house that might be some people really want this, the market is hot for it, and so now somebody else who didn't get in on writing an offer on it may have a chance to get it because I'm going to flip this contract over to this person
Right.
and I'll make some kind of a $5,000, flipping
Yeah,
the.
so depending on the deal, right? So if it's not a true wholesale, is going to be like 70 cents on the dollar type thing or less,
Okay.
right? So maybe
Okay.
you might be getting 40 cents on the dollar or 50%. There's a lot of wholesalers out right now because the market is hot that they say 85%. But there's really nothing there. There's not
Okay.
much room for growth. Now, depending on the guy who does the fixing, he might come in and say, wow, if I add a bedroom on the back, that bedroom might cost me $20,000 to add on, but I know it'll add 50,000 to the house, right? So he might look at
Nice.
that and go,
Okay.
I can do a little bit more here, right? So it all depends on the house, depends on what's going on. But the fixer guy is going to be the one that does the remodeling, fixes the issues, and gets it ready for retail market.
Okay.
Then he'll bring in a real estate agent to sell it for him.
So is the fixer number 5?
The fixer is number 6,
Oh, who's number 5? The flipper?
wholesaler.
Wholesale.
Oh, I put the flipper and the fixer as the same.
Ah, okay. All
So,
right.
okay. All right. So we're going to 7, and that's kind of the long-term landlord, someone who's going to buy and hold, right? So anybody could be this person. They could take their existing house and go buy another house, move into the new house, take their old house and make that a rental. So now you're making money on the appreciation because it's an investment, long-term investment, or the cash flow. And there's
And the
multiple,
cash flow comes from
the rent.
the rent because
Yeah,
you are renting this place out.
right. So, and there's a
Okay.
whole
Ooh,
aspect of that too, right? It's not just put a for rent sign and you're in business.
right.
There's a lot to that. So,
We kind of really, I'm sorry, and it was my fault. We jumped right over the fix and flipper girl. The fix and flipper person, they have no interest in keeping the house. They'll buy it and then they'll immediately either fix something up and flip it for a better price, or they're not even worried about fixing it because it's in a hot market and they just simply buy it and then flip it again and
mhm,
make the difference on whatever it is, right?
mhm. Yep.
Okay.
And
All
it's
right. I just
and
wanted
it,
to clarify that for some
yeah.
people that
So when you get the property, right? Even the wholesaler, whoever gets the contract on the house, before they even get the contract going, they have to figure out their exit strategy, right? Are they
right.
going to wholesale it? Are they gonna, does it need remodeling and fix? Can they put it back on the market to flip it? Or does it just need a little bit of repair and it goes into their buy and hold rental portfolio?
Okay.
So that,
So we're not really talking necessarily about different people. It could be the same person with different characteristics.
correct. Yeah,
Okay.
correct.
All right. Cool.
All right.
Number 8,
The next one is
I think,
hard money lender.
hard money lender. Is that like hard cider? Hard? No. No.
So this kind of goes along the lines like a mortgage broker. Right?
Okay.
But a mortgage broker, for what most people think of as, 15-year, 30-year loan, have to go through, a full, um, background check, TSA screened, marriage license inspected type of, where a hard money lender will look at the deal, look at the property, and say, you're getting it, the value of that property might be 100, but you're getting it for 60. I'll loan you the 60, right? So they're looking at the deal and saying it's the risk is not as bad as having somebody move in there and use it for their personal property.
Okay.
They know what the situation is. So with the hard money lender, you're not going to get the interest rates that you see advertised today. The 2-3%. It's going to be a much more expensive, and the term of the loan is going to be about 6 to 9 months, depending on the lender's deal and what you negotiate with them.
It's meant to be a very quick kind of turn. You never want to hold a hard loan for a long period of time. It's ridiculous. And
Correct.
Correct.
And these hard money lenders are licensed. They're licensed brokers.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
All right. The next one is a private lender.
Oh, I was just about to say, so you can't be a hard money lender without a license.
Well, hard money is it's expensive, right? But typically, if you're going to a company that's a hard money lender, that's what their business is.
Okay.
You have a mortgage license.
Okay.
Now you can
This
be
next
a
one,
private lender that does hard money.
right.
So a private lender is like, let's say you wanted to go buy a piece of property and you come to me and say, hey, Steve, can I borrow 60 grand for this property? Then I say, yeah, let's secure it as a mortgage, give you a friend discount on the rate, type thing, but it'd be a better rate than leaving it in the bank or doing something else with it. Right.
Okay, that's great. That's actually very interesting because, say, Steve, I'm here in Lima, Peru right now. I've got a really good deal on a condo here. I need to borrow some money.
There you go.
You fix me up with that?
Yeah, I don't live outside the United States.
Yeah, but it's on the beach, for crying out loud.
Oh, well, there you go.
Which we can't go to right now.
So that's private lenders. So you have maybe a grandparent or an aunt. There's
friends
people
and family often.
Yep, there's people out there that have money that they know that they can do more with it, and they usually work with people that they know, and they'll secure that loan in with the house as a collateral.
Okay.
So next one is a leasing agent.
Okay.
So a leasing agent is going to be going to work with the landlords or the property managers, and their entire job is to find a renter for that property.
Wow. And they're going to get paid, kind of like the bird dog.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to get paid for finding that renter.
Yep. Now they do a little bit more than the bird dog. They'll screen their clients.
Okay.
They'll actually show the property. They'll get the lease agreement filled out, and then they hand that lease over to either the property manager or the landlord.
Interesting. So the property manager, does the property manager often do that job, or?
Mm-hmm. But he might have leasing agents, right?
Okay.
He might hire lease. But there are people that have real estate licenses that don't want to sell real estate, but they'll work the leasing industry. And so you might see like apartments.com or
Okay.
where they have websites and they tell you where the places are, and then they get you hooked up that way. So it's commission
Righteously
based.
Coolio.
Huh?
Righteously Coolio.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Next one is a home inspector.
What number are we on, by the
We
way?
are
11?
on 11.
Okay, I've been counting. I didn't know if I forgot that because of the beer I'm drinking.
Yeah,
I
maybe on the
forgot.
video when I edit it, I'll put the numbers up. Let's keep people track. So the next one is a home inspector,
Okay.
right? So you go buy a house and you got so many days to do due diligence. So you hire a home inspector. They go out and they do a quick check on the house, make sure things are working, and find any issues and let you know, give you a report, right? So could be $100 up to $1,000 or more for a home inspection. It all depends on the size of the home and what you want them to do. So,
Okay.
okay.
Excellent. And that person is licensed as well.
Home inspectors are typically that's not necessarily licensed. It could be in different states, but
Okay.
typically I haven't seen it. Now they'll get certified. They may have a certification from a school that they went to, but I don't think there's a
Okay.
requirement for certification. Now, if you get
Okay.
a home inspector that's a general contractor, you might get a pretty good inspection, right? But typically it's just somebody who's gone through some training of what to look for.
Okay. So there's not necessarily a big barrier to entry to become a home inspector.
No.
Okay. Good deal.
Okay.
Numero 12. 12.
Referral agent.
A referral agent.
Yeah.
Now that's a real estate agent of sorts, but
It is.
all they do is refer because they have some network of people.
Yep. Yep. So they may not keep up on the market, but they're well connected, right? And they let people know that they're in real estate, and so they come to them. And what they do is they refer that buyer or that seller to another agent that's going to work that area, and then they get a percentage of that commission when it sells.
Okay.
So then they have to be licensed in order to get the referral commission. So, but that
Yeah,
generally,
and if I remember, that referral commission can be 30%. I mean, it's not a small
yeah,
it's not a small deal. So
yep. And
cool.
it's going to be 20-30% of the agent that they refer to, right? So the
Right.
split of
Right.
they're split 20%, but that's still
Right.
for connecting two people, get paid for that.
Exactly. I mean, let's say the deal is worth 15 grand in terms of a commission. Well, you're going to get 20 to 30% of that as a referral fee.
Right. Right.
So great.
All right. Number 13. How about a stager?
Yep. A
Yeah.
stager. Yeah. So like for stage coaches and stuff. I mean, like in
Yep.
the
Or
West,
like what do they call those grips in the
oh
movie
yeah.
set?
So I get you. So it's for acting and for theater. I got you. So
Exactly.
this is a stage. No, I don't think this is what it is.
The person who puts the fake, shoot, I can't remember what the desk.
Furniture.
The desk that's in the Oval Office that Biden is signing on.
Oh
Fake desk.
yeah.
All his fake furniture there.
That's the stager.
That's right.
Oh man. Okay.
Yeah, so when you're selling a house if it's vacant, right? They'll have people that they have furniture that they bring it in and they set it up in a particular way to make it appealing.
I remember when we sold our house, we had a stager and it was dang expensive,
Yeah,
darn it,
yeah,
to get that fake furniture in there for whatever amount of days and then to have them pull it out again.
yeah. Well, and
And
it depends on
and they tie it right directly to the sale. So the money comes, it's not like you have to pay them. The money comes out of closing.
right. Yeah,
So
yeah. And it's
good gig.
yeah, I'm not a fan of the staging. I think it all depends on the house, right? If there's a room that's just a problem room, it might need to be staged.
Mm-hmm.
Or if the flow is horrible, then it might need to be staged. But I think a lot of people have, they can use their own imagination and see their own furniture in the building and stuff like that.
Well, that's kind of because your wife loves to do that kind of stuff. So, but there are people that, like just have
There,
no clue about it. And
there are
there's a
some that
market for
are imaginary or visionary impaired. So.
it. That's right. That's right. So there's a market definitely.
Yeah. Yeah. And then the number 14 is the long-term seller, right? So if you had a house, you're in it for a few years, and you want to sell it, you can make money. Granted that you owe less or purchase it less for than what the market's doing. So long
Right.
term, it's a good deal. All right, the last one. It just is the.
Do you need a drum roll for this one?
No, I think this one is going to be like our. When you thought we were done.
Oh no, because I really did think we were done. Darn it.
So number 15 is partnering. It's a partner.
Like this deal that we're going to do in Lima here, this place I've got.
Yeah.
Okay.
So let's look at, so I listed a lot, 14 other roles, right? And now I'm saying partnering, right? So if you come in contact with a good deal, you can partner with one of those other roles and make money, right? So in the partnering, there's the guy who finds the deal. There's the deal architect, right? So the guy who looks at it and says, okay, it's a $2 million project. Last time I checked, we don't have $2 million. So where do we get the $2 million? And the architect's what that looks like, right? Maybe he goes and creates a syndication, maybe creates a corporation with shares. He figures out best way to make this thing work and that everybody can get paid. So that's the deal.
Okay.
Then there's the grantor. So if they need to go get a loan, they got to have one guy that raises his hand and says, hey, I'll guarantee the loan to make sure it gets paid. So that person, all he has to do is say, use my credit, and you guys pay me to use my credit.
And we got that. All right. We got the loan. Okay.
Yep. So there's those guys there, and they get paid 10% usually. So because without them, deal's not going to happen. Then there's the manager of the deal, of the property and the deal, making sure everything's in place. So kind of like a property manager of the deal, right? And then I have like I don't know what the right word for this is, but it's the investor finder. So a guy that goes to the networking events and says, I have this deal and he works with other investors to get their interest into, so he's kind of like a marketing person, right? Going out
Okay.
finding
Okay.
to get the interest so that the architect can put it all together. So.
And then you must have the investors themselves.
That's the investors will make money, right? Not that'd be
okay.
Investment. True. Yep.
So, and this is typically structured under like an LLC or some sort of a corporation.
Yeah, some variety.
Once the deal is all put together, and then this all partner group shares in the proceeds, whether those are immediate or longer term, if
right.
it's rental. Okay.
Right. Yeah. It's usually bigger deals, right?
Not just one house or one apartment. It might be a whole apartment building.
Right. Or it could be a land, right? And they say, hey, we could develop a shopping center or an apartment complex,
okay.
Something, so that's kind of so that was 15.
That's pretty dynamite.
Yeah. I wonder now the challenge for our viewers. What did I miss?
Yeah, viewers, what did he miss? I mean, put that in the comments, put that in our, give us some feedback on this. If maybe you're out there and you're somebody else, maybe you're number 16 or number 17 or, Lord knows, but let us know if there's somebody that we didn't hit here.
Yeah, I'm sure I missed some few because the cool thing about real estate is if you got a creative mind, you can do a lot with real estate.
Yeah, and wouldn't you say, Steve, that the market right now is in a very interesting place. Things are pretty high. But we're in some interesting times, and at any time the market can change, and there's always an opportunity when markets change.
Yeah. When I was in real estate as an agent, they coach you on responses, right? So people ask, how's the market? And so the answer to how's the market, regardless of what it's doing, is it's unbelievable. Unbelievably it's going bad, or it's unbelievably hot.
However way it goes. All right.
Yeah. All right, well, Steve. I think we have beat this horse.
Yeah, this was unbelievable, frankly. It's like 160 degrees here, so I apologize if I'm a little slower today, but it is definitely quite warm.
That would be the contrast to my 14 degrees Fahrenheit for those that.
Yeah, it's like freezing. Is it snowing there?
We had flurries this morning, so.
Okay.
So, but 14, 14, so that's pretty darn
wow. Cool. Yeah, well, it ain't 14 here. Let me tell you, it's not 14. All right, folks, hot and cold as we are, we got to wrap this up. Thank you all for being here tonight. Again, if you have any questions or comments, throw them in our comments there. Like this, send it on to friends and family, hit the bell, all that stuff.
Hit the subscribe button.
Subscribe.
All right, Steve.
Thank you very much for all being here. Steve, and thank you for your time.
Yep. Cheers.
Cheers.